Hi guys, this video is going to be a little bit different today, and it's going to be talking the subject of tuning, shocker. So the My Hero US tournament just finished, and I can't lie, it was extremely boring to watch. And I do feel like tuning played a heavy impact into that. So the team that won, they were all running Sicily disposition, and not even just them, but the majority of the teams that entered the tournament were running Sicily disposition or something along the lines of that. It was either Sicily and Brittman, it could even be both. And despite all the different characters being played, it was still pretty boring watching everyone get into close quarters combat and just fish for melees and then run away so they can have their 50% damage reduction. It made matches drag out way longer than it should have been. I can't lie, a lot of players that I saw with their game sense and awareness should have been eliminated way quicker, but due to Sicily and its brokenness, obviously it was letting them get away with way too much. And as myself who watched it, and I streamed it on Twitch with everyone else in chat, everyone kind of agreed it was a pretty boring experience. And I've been one to give things like this a chance, like tuning, but today I can't lie, I after watching that, it's left a very sour taste in my mouth with the system in general. So I just kind of want to go over what is the terrible state of tuning in My Hero Ultra Rumble. It is in a very terrible state right now. So we all know it's gacha exclusive because certain characters give you certain tuning. For example, Red Deku gives you Kota Finder. If you don't have Red Deku, tough shit. You're never going to get to use Kota Finder. Another one, I think this is a really good example to bring up, is Overhaul. So before Season 9 came out, obviously there's been the pattern of the character 2 seasons ago that releases, or the season before that becomes, I think it's 2 seasons, becomes a free character. So in Season 4 we got All For One, but that meant in Season 4 when he dropped, I think Endeavor became a free-to-play character. And then when it came to Season 6, All For One was the free-to-play character, with Mirio being the one after that for Season 7, etc, etc, etc. And as we got to Season 9, it should have been Overhaul's turn. And right before Season 9 dropped, I still remember this banner because I thought it was a scam. It was that Overhaul was the character banner, and my girlfriend was going to pity him. And I said there's no point because he's going to be a free-to-play character next season. It's just a way for you to drain your tickets so you don't have whatever the next thing is for next season. And conveniently enough, as soon as the new season drops, they just announced that, they're not doing it anymore. There's not going to be a point of having those tickets. You can get it for all the other characters if you're a new player, like All For One, like Mirio, like Momo, all of that. But for some reason now, at Overhaul, they've just decided to cut it off. And Overhaul has a pretty damn strong tuning. His special tuning being the Reinforce Revive. When you pick someone up, you give them shields whilst they do it. And if you max it out, I'm pretty sure it's borderline full shields. It's like 200 shields or something, or like close to 200. Regardless, it's still stupid. Obviously, if you slap it on any insta-revive character, or, latest characters like Kurogiri and all of that, who have pretty easy ways to revive their teammates, they're going to be back up in the fight tip-top shape in no time. Another issue with these is that these are skin exclusive as well. A lot of these are skin exclusive for tuning. So what do I mean by that? If you have a 2-star outfit, you can max out the special tuning at level 2 on the left side and level 3, sometimes level 4 on the right side. I might be wrong on that. But again, it's just pointless. It's so pointless. The ones that have a time limit on them, you might as well never use them, because at level 2, level 4, they last about 1 or 2 minutes at most. So there's no point in using card duplication, there's no point in using Wall Runner, there's no point in using Revenge Assault, Revenge Technical. Any of those that have a time limit attached to them, you might as well not use them. You might as well use it for HP Sucker and GP Sucker, which again, at the lower levels, really isn't giving you that much. So again, if you're a new player or a player that doesn't really roll for skins because you kind of just like how the character looks, or you're not really that interested, then you're not really going to be at the strongest you can be with tuning. There's also characters like Cementoss, Ibara, Kendo, all of them have nothing skin-wise. And we just saw from the Season 10 trailer that Present Mike and Mount Lady are getting another skin, so they're going to have more tuning opportunities, whilst Kendo, Ibara, and Cementoss haven't had anything for about a year. Nejire's already getting another outfit along with Ochaco and Sue. I think Ida's getting another one. Dabi and Toga are getting another. You know, characters that have already got plenty of skins are getting even more for even more tuning opportunities, you know? So it does feel like these characters are just forgotten about. Where's Kendo's beauty pageant skin? Where is at least Ibara's and Kendo's, you know, UA tracksuit outfit, you know? Ochaco has it, Sue has it, Shinzo's coming out with it, who's the Season 10 character. And that kind of leads into my next point. Or, well, I guess also as well that a lot of skins feel very random as well in terms of what they've added. Like, oh, well, what's tuning is attached to them, you know? Like, I'm just trying to think at the top of my head, you know, sometimes you can just find a skin that has 2 greens and then the, like, smaller tuning slots, it's just random. There's, like, 2 blues, 2 yellows, 5 greens, you know, it's just random. And then there's some other things where it feels pretty damn intended for characters. Like Dabi, I'm pretty sure, had on one of his Cyberpunk skins, he has the ability to equip HP Sucker and GP Sucker. And let's be for real, you're not using that for Tech Derby. Why the hell would you use that for Tech Derby? That is 100% made for Red Derby. I think there's multiple costumes that he has it. Like his disguise hoodie has a purple and blue one as well. I think it might be hero exclusive though. But if there's a purple and blue available, then Derby can just have HP Sucker and GP Sucker. That is 100% for Strike Derby. There's no way that was ever in mind for Technical Derby. But then if you look a couple along, then there's a green and red one exclusive for him villain-wise. The only one who can be equipped villain-wise in red, if you're using Derby, is Shigaraki. So there's it. Do you see what I mean by like it feels random? It feels incredibly random on some skins, whilst other skins feel very intentional. Like I've got an overhaul build that I'm working on at the minute because I haven't got the resources because of all the license changes, but I guess that's a video in itself. But I have one where he has willpower and systole, you know, a character that's already pretty hard to kill with a self-revive, but, you know, I can just make it even harder. I can give myself a second chance and 50% damage reduction. But enough of that. So I feel like this all leads into it being pretty damn pay to win. I was called crazy for it being pay to win at the beginning. I was told that, like, you can just grind it for free, which is kind of true this season. But again, you need the skin, you need the character, and with some of the recent tunings that have been added, again, Strike Kirishima being willpower, it doesn't sound crazy, but when you think about it on paper with a character like Overhaul, or characters that are just hard to kill in general, that is a really, really strong tuning. Being able to survive a fatal blow at 1 HP that hard knocks you down as well, so I could stall out iframes for my, my special action to come back. It's ridiculous. There's also, you know, like you need hero souls to get the specific color of the skin, and that also sucks as well because hero souls are only obtainable through rolls. You can't just earn hero souls off whim. You have to roll for hero souls. And if I'm going to be honest, the duplicates, you don't actually get that much for it. So if you don't actually use the keys to tune out, or well, like get the max aura, you only get the aura, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you actually get the 200 hero souls that come with it. But then that requires you in itself to get lucky enough that you get a duplicate on a plus ultra roll, but then you might be upset that you got a duplicate on a plus ultra roll because you wanted something else. You know, you see what I mean with it? Hero souls, there needs to be a way to get hero souls besides rolling, because again, it forces you to spend your tickets. You might want something that comes out, but you've spent your tickets to tune out your character, and it's just a mess, you know? Like, being a content creator, I have to save every time, so I see the issue with this. It's also why I haven't made a tuning video in quite a bit, because I don't have the hero souls to make outfits that I want. Or I have to save my tickets for the new character and skill sets, but I don't get the costumes that I want to make the tuning. But again, that's like just a whole problem in itself. And another issue is that we haven't seen any changes to tuning so far. There has been no buffs or nerfs to any tunings. There are some that are so absolutely useless, like Momo's one. Who gives a shit if you can see the storm in advance, or like the next rig in advance? Who genuinely cares about that? With so much mobility in that, people can go point A to point B. So many characters can marinate in storm, so it doesn't even matter to begin with as well. And then there's characters that have a really strong one, like Kendo. We'll get onto Sicily. Sicily's got its own section, but this also links into well, I've already spoken about like recent characters that have had their tuning, which makes it feel more pay to win. Like Denki's one. You're telling me it was a bad idea that everyone who gets a guard break with Denki's tuning gets his special action? You know, characters like Ida, Hawks, who can fly and chase people down, can just re-stun them and reset your knockdown, so you just get one shot by him. Or Red Derby, who basically is, you know, an inch away from you after he's broken your guard and just has to touch you one more time. Characters who have true combos, you know, that was a bad idea. It's ridiculous. It feels very strong. And conveniently enough, they did address this, but to Kendo. Yes, Kendo was very ridiculous with embrittlement and Denki's thing, but again, do you nerf the character at that point, or do you nerf the tuning? Because if I'm going to be honest, I feel like they only nerfed Kendo's perspective on it. Like, it wasn't damage nerf or anything to her. They made it that the clap knocks you down now, so you can't stun them off of a clap. But it's still the whole thing of they had to nerf the character when realistically it should have been the tuning. They should have made it that, like, it takes a second for electrification to activate, not just instant, you know. But I feel like, again, it only happened to Kendo because she was a free character. Because all the nerfs, like, we got a really good balance patch this season. But all of these characters can just have those nerfs countered with tuning. Again, like, what's the point in nerfing the character if you can just tune them back to full, like, potential? Deku does 95 per shot now. A couple tunings, you can probably make him do 100 and something again. You know, because there's the HP extra damage, you can just make your alpha do extra damage. There's no drawbacks to it, so you might as well do it and just max it out. So the nerfs ultimately are a bit pointless as well. I don't see the point in making character changes unless if these nerfs are really harsh, like again what they did to Overhaul and Kendo before the game release tuning. You know, Overhaul's special action time was significantly reduced, his alpha damage significantly reduced. Why? Because with this special action tuning, when you down someone, Overhaul basically becomes unkillable because he just gets his special action back immediately. His alpha can go back to like 80 damage, 80, 90 damage, which it used to do before. If they had it now, it would probably be doing 110 or something. Kendo, man, she really got nerfed hard for tuning and all of that, you know, but like, again, it's just unfair that the characters are getting nerfed, which shows that they don't really playtest it, or they do, and they're just like, oh yeah, this is broken on this character, so let's just nerf these characters before it comes out. It's really bad. I just think it's a mess. It's a mess that, it feels unfinished. It feels like an unfinished mess. It feels like we're beta testing tuning, but they're so, like, it's not going anywhere soon because it's doubling down. And obviously the main thing that I hate the most is sisterly disposition. This thing is the most broken thing I've ever seen added into any type of, like, team-based thing like this. You're telling me we're going to add a 50% damage reduction for 30 seconds for landing a melee on a character like Twice, who can combo into it with his Gamma. Ida, who can combo into his aerial beta. He can also just press Gamma, run up to you and beat the shit out of you, because you're not going to react to that. He is pretty hard to react to sometimes. Characters like Overhaul, who can also capitalize off of it, stun them in place with Gamma, punch them, all for one, pull them in, punch them, All Might. You know, like, all of these characters have the ability to land a melee pretty easily. All of them have a stun or something. Like, even Tech Derby works with it. You stun them with the Gamma, punch them. You take 50% damage reduction. It's boring, it's lame, because everyone is using the same build, and everyone is fishing for the same thing. It's not fun, it's repetitive, and it is very, very, very draining. All of these tuning things need to be looked at heavily for Season 10, or just straight up nerf, because, like, they're not removing it. They've doubled down on it. They've, you know, with this season changes, with the license and all of that, giving you more freebies for it. It's not going anywhere anytime soon. So please, Baiken, for Season 10, just look into these things. 50% damage reduction is way too much. You basically get nerfed back down to level 1 damage on people late game. It's not fair, it's not fun, and just make it that... I don't even know what to do. Just nerf Sisterly and a lot of other these tuning things. A lot of them just reward you for playing the game as well. It's ridiculous, man. That's all I've got to say. I just kind of want to vent my frustrations on it. Sorry that it's not an all-round positive video, but again, I really hope they look into tuning and change how the game functions with it. But thank you very much for watching. Love you all. Peace out. Oh well, bye.